Hi everyone, so this review is for Coda by Anagram. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that, so if you're on YouTube, the link is in the description, and if you're on my blog, then all the details are in the post. And this is the video review. So, Coda by Anagram. Oh, this was beautiful. It was so beautiful. Parker had a crush on Hannah in college, and that left Parker brokenhearted because it didn't go to plan. When they meet again at a homecoming after 40 years, Hannah is divorced and her daughter Morgan has sort of big dreams in the industry Parker has built her career in. And Hannah didn't expect to find Parker attractive, but as life brings them together in support of Morgan's dreams, there is something more between them. So this is such a lovely story about finding love unexpectedly, but finally getting something you've always wanted and had to learn to live without. So she got everything she wanted. Parker got everything she wanted in the end. She just had to wait a very long time for it. And I adored that connection that Parker and Hannah shared. And Parker's kindness towards Hannah and her daughter was genuine, because she really had dealt with all her feelings from the past, and she was falling in love with Hannah now, not Hannah she knew. And they'd both had this sort of like difficult past since leaving college, and were vulnerable, and it took some time, you know, some understanding and a few kicks from their mutual friend Stephanie, thank God for Stephanie, for them to work things out. But I was glad they found each other, and I was glad that they, you know, it wasn't in this like heart-achingly painful reunion that Parker thought it might be. She was really nervous about it, and she was kind of worried that, well, she dealt with her feelings. She was kind of worried about how Hannah might be, and what it would stir up and what might happen, and as you would be, naturally. And it was easy, this story. It was laid back, it was filled with sentiment, it was filled with heart, and there was purpose in every single moment. Every interaction that was helping them both find happiness that they'd long deserved, everything had purpose. Literally everything that happened for a reason and had purpose. Morgan played a really key part in bringing them together. Hannah knew Morgan had a gift for music, and Parker seemed to be one of those few people in the world who appreciated everything Morgan was gifted with in a way that sort of anyone sort of would be in awe of, you know, that real understanding of this kid, this young person who's trying to make their way in the world. So Parker just saw life in a way that was unique, and she had a lot of work, you know, herself to try and understand her intense feelings about being in a relationship with Hannah. And they were perhaps going to scare Hannah, because Parker just felt things so intensely that projected out into the world, and that does scare people. Fully aware of that. Like, that I definitely empathise with, and it scares me when people do it to me, and I know I do it to people, so I understand it. And Hannah sort of appreciated Parker's efforts, but she reassured her that this wasn't, she didn't have to, you know, censor herself so much, and that she was falling for her just the way she was, and she shouldn't restrict herself in being herself. So they truly understood one another, and they were kind of destined to be together. It just took some time, and Hannah had to have a really rubbish relationship first, but it gave her the gift of Morgan, so she didn't regret any of it. And of course, like every romance, it wasn't without drama. Some of it was hilarious, and I'm not going to tell you what because it's a total spoiler, but it was funny. There were misunderstandings because of both Parker and Hannah sort of not being sure what to do, and there were hard decisions to make, because again, there was distance in this, and there were careers, and there were other people to consider, but it was epic and destiny that they would have this wonderful life, and I'm so happy they found it. I really enjoyed it. I loved this, and I really hope you will too. So I'll pop a link in the description so you can grab a copy of Coda by Anagram, which I hope you will. If you've read Coda, would love to know what you thought of it, so please do share and let us know. And if you haven't read it yet but you're planning to read it, it's on your to be read list, or you're now super intrigued and thinking, yeah, I want to read that, then again, please do let us know, because it's always great to find out what you're interested in reading. And if you do read it, I really hope you enjoy it. Bye.